Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. First I want to say thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up at foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can hit me up below. I want to take the time and say Happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there, and everybody make sure you call your mom and tell her Happy Mother's Day. And you know who I'm talking to. Today's video is about Project Phoenix. If you're familiar with the car, I bought this car from a buddy I guess last year, and I had to finish Project Field Snake up. It's pretty much done. I've been driving that car quite a bit now the last couple weeks. Turned out amazing. Really happy with the car. But anyway, back to Phoenix. I've had it for about a year. I recently bought a 93 Cobra R. I gotta get rid of a few toys, but this one I'm going to get cleaned up. If anybody's interested in buying the car, it is for sale. I was originally just going to clean up the engine bay a little bit, make it look a little bit better, but that's kind of not my norm. So yeah, it's really not my norm. Sorry about that. Had to pause a little bit. Got a little cough going on. I don't know what's going on today. Maybe because I painted and we got a lot of pollen in the air. It's kind of getting to me. So I'm going to show you guys Project Phoenix and what it turned out like. Chase a rabbit hole on that. What I meant by chase rabbit hole on this video is, so I was going to just move the prop valve and the master cylinder out of the way so I could get some paint on the shock tower a little bit and the frame rail, but that turned into the booster was rusted to, or the master cylinder was corroded to the booster was rusted at the bottom of the booster, so that's going to turn into a new 93 Cobra brake booster and a new master cylinder for the car, and probably going to turn into some new rubber lines for the calipers and turning the rotors. And so that's what I mean by, you know, chasing the rabbit when you do these projects. Sorry, I was sitting down. Hey, look who it is. Here's Miss Baker. What you doing, girl? So anybody don't know Baker, she came here from Utah with us. She's my shop cat, always getting into mischief. Yeah, that's Miss Baker. So this is Project Phoenix. I'm going to show you what it turned out like. I painted the engine bay. It turned out super nice. At least I think it did. Anybody else wants to check it out, that's fine. The car is available. It is for sale. I'm going to basically put the car back together with the original paint on the outside. I'm going to have to replace the deck lid. It's got a dent, and the rear bumper's got a pretty good sag in it like most of them do. I've got a really nice rust-free trunk lid for the car and a really straight rear bumper. So I'm going to have to paint those and put them on the car. The rest of the car is factory Ford paint. I'm going to buff it out. It does have a few thin spots. You can watch the last video. I show those and go over those quite a bit. But it does match really well, and it looks really good. It's straight and good, solid, rust-free car. So it does have a little surface rust here and there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I left a spot to show you guys what surface rust and rust is. So without further ado, flap my lips like I normally do. Let's check this out. I'll show you how fresh it looks. There y'all go. Phoenix looking factory fresh with the EP Vermilion. So passenger side, Firewall. Look at that straight radiator support. Perfect. Buck tag, factory buck tag. How you doing, Baker? Look how straight that radiator support is. Uh-oh, watch out for the cattail. Yeah, looking good. So I made sure to clean up in the shock towers really well. Those turned out good. Got them cleaned up. Firewall super straight. So those little ridges back there that are kind of round looking, the trick to those, if they're bent from the inside, since my dash is out, I put a socket in the inlet and then hit it with a hammer and made the lines perfectly straight. One of them had a dent. It's a little trick. Your dash has got to be out to do that. So that's the frame rail. You can see how rust free and clean that is. Come over here on the driver's side. It's the same way. Super nice. No issues. Core supports. I did take the stickers off. I'm gonna buy new stickers for it. So that's what I mean by looking fresh. Phoenix. Now surface rust, little quick just demonstration here. These little rust spots right here, basically just surface rust. We clean it up with the Scotch-Brite. This is more rust. Now this plate's got to be replaced. It's broken anyway. This is what holds your door open on a hill. There's a metal part that comes up like this, and it's got pressure. It's spring loaded. It keeps the door open on a hill. They do make these. I'm going to order a new one for this side, and I might do bushings too. I got to see what they look like. So this has got a little bit more than surface right here. These two screws are the dead pedal on the inside. I'm going to take the dead pedal out and get these screws out of the way so I can come in and clean this up, and then I'll blow some color on that as well. That's the driver's side frame rail. You can see it's nice and solid, no rust in that. Good clean rails, no issues. So we'll walk around Phoenix. For those of you who hadn't seen it, the plans are to paint all the black trim. I'm going to restore the quarter windows, paint all the black trim. This is what I mean by the trunk lid. It's got a dent. I have a perfect rust-free, dent-free deck lid for it. Factory Ford deck lid. See how straight the car is. It's got some door dings in it. The fenders are over there. I did take them off to paint the front end and get that all cleaned up. So yeah, that's about it. So I chased the rabbit hole a little bit. Like I said, I chased the rabbit hole a little bit, and it turned out pretty good. So I'll show you what I've got. The transmission's over here. I've got a really clean world-class T5 for the car I'm going to put in it. The trans, I do have a new bearing retainer. You see it's got a little wear, not much, but it's not the steel one, so I want to put a steel one on there. It's world-class T5. That's the original rack. I've got new inner tie rods coming for that. This one on, I think, the passenger side. Yeah, it's got a little bit of play in it. So I'm going to do inner tie rod ends and see how that turns out. So that should be good to go. And walk in here. You can excuse the mess if you build Fox bodies. You're used to it. Ford Racing head gaskets. New Mall Ford head bolt kit. New throwout bearing. New thermostat. New 93 Cobra brake booster. The master cylinder's not here yet. It is going to be a GT master cylinder, and I did buy the GT40 intake kit. It has the factory style side intakes and the rubber ends. The GT one doesn't come with that, so I always order for a Cobra. Little trick there. There's the engine. I think I showed that in the last video. It's pretty clean. Got the freeze plugs in it, water pump and all that stuff. Yeah, I think I showed that in the last video. So yeah, I've got a 130 amp alternator conversion that's going on it down there as well, and some other stuff. So that's all I've got done to Project Phoenix so far. I've got to put the dash back in it. I've got a new heater core for it, a really clean 5-speed pedal assembly, no rust on it, super nice low mileage one. Excuse me. It will have a clutch quadrant on it, aftermarket, not a stock one. So I've got a new clutch going in it, pressure plate, throwout bearing, all that's going to be brand new. So if you're interested in this car and you want anything else done to it, now would be the time to kind of hit me up. And if you're super interested, that'd be, be good to let me know on that. So that's really all I've got done. This is just a short video. I haven't had much going on this weekend. Cleaning out the pool, getting the pool cleaned out. It turned out super nice. So I'm gonna go take my chunky butt and get in the pool here in a minute. Got to put this car in the garage. It's supposed to rain tonight. Don't want that fresh paint getting wet. Those of you wondering what I used, we'll show this again real quick. For those of you building these cars, this is single stage. I didn't put base clear on this. They come from the factory. It's already dry. They come from the factory with single stage, not base clear under the hood. On this car, I did do body color. It's EP paint coat on this one. On some cars, they do have a different underhood paint than the exterior. The 93 Cobras especially have the teal cars. They have like a aqua color under the hood, and it's not metallic at all on the 93 Cobra. I've got one I'm going to restore. We'll cover that when I get to that car. For those of you guys that are doing 93 teal Cobras. On the red cars on a teal Cobra, I've showed you on Field Snake, it's a dark red like this, and the car itself is an orangey red. For some reason, Ford used this darker red under the hood on all red cars, regardless of what color the outside was. Like a bright red and a performance red, they've got this dark red under the hood. Now you've got your like laser red or something like that that's got a flat non-metallic burgundy under there, not like the outside of the car. And some of these newer trucks, like my son's new F-250, it's black under the hood, Velocity blue, and then my buddy's got a 2023 F-150 that's the same way. They didn't even paint it under the hood. It's black, kind of. I guess they didn't want to waste some money. I don't know. So that there, I kind of went cheap on that. Well, not cheap. It's single stage. Use Shopline on it. It's mix 4, 1-to-1. Sprays really easy. It does overspray like a mother effer. So if you're if you're painting this in a shop, make sure anything in there you don't want covered, it's got plastic on it, or there's nothing in there, because single stage sticks to everything. This is urethane single stage, so it, like acrylic enamel, sticks to everything just like clear coat does. So
that's what I used on it. If you've got any questions about that, you can hit me up below, or foxjunk73@gmail.com again. And yeah, that's all I got on this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Sorry for rambling. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Give your mom a call. Take her to dinner. I took my wife out last night, so that box is checked. I'm good to go. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And you guys have a very safe Mother's Day weekend. Thanks again.